So we all met as a group as volunteers in Uganda in 2019 on a UK government-sponsored programme called the ICS programme, which is International Citizen Service. So the structure of the programme is essentially a group from the UK would go out and sort of live and volunteer in normally a rural village in a country in the world. We were in Uganda. So together, sort of creating and building these programs of education and workshops and entrepreneurial skills. And that's kind of how we got our sort of first taste working together. And when the program sort of finished, after 3 months, we kept going. We sort of saw firsthand a lot of the difficulties that people have with access to water in Uganda. The average household spends 2 hours per day fetching water, and more often than not the water can be quite contaminated, and waterborne diseases are still highly prevalent in Uganda.
In light of recent events, particularly around COVID and the global pandemic that everyone has gone through, it's highlighted the inequalities even more so. So for people like me and you in the UK, who when we are told to go and wash our hands and maintain certain levels of hygiene, we don't have to think about it. It's ready, it's there, it's available. Now in overexploited countries, such as Uganda, they don't have that facility at all. They don't have the clean running water through the house, through the school. It's impossible almost to maintain a high level of hygiene to combat a virus such as COVID-19, which is why I think our work in particular last year really benefited a lot of people in rural communities, especially the liquid soap making skills shops that Abo was running. Just having a running tap at the school so kids can wash their hands, and we're encouraged to do so, is going to really help combat the virus, because they're going to be left to their own devices a lot more so than we are, and we have the infrastructure ready available to us. There's a number of different projects that we're running at the moment in terms of trying to tackle this issue with access to clean water and sanitation and hygiene services.
So one of our main flagship projects is building rainwater harvesting tanks for schools in rural Uganda. And the interesting thing about this solution is it actually combats two problems in one. It combats the issue of inequality in access to water. Most of these schools don't have a safe and sustainable water source. And at the same time, it helps us tackle the issue of plastic pollution in Uganda. So our second main flagship programme is putting on practical skills workshops for people in rural communities in Uganda. Predominantly women and girls, but they're mainly targeted towards young people in general. Now, these practical workshops teach people skills such as how to make liquid soap or shampoo, or homemade petroleum jelly or Vaseline, or reusable sanitary pads. And these are all skills that people can then put into practice to support their families or their communities. So if you are interested to get involved, then please contact us via our website. And we're actively seeking for more volunteers to help us see where we can take it in 2021.